It's just like, imagine saying that in a sentence, yo, this morning I left the house and I'm gonna go get a pedo. It's a mad thing to be promoting.
And yo, I'm Names, this is Bakes. Your boys are back with another one.
Let's get it. This week we're reacting to the US Senate grilling social media CEOs.
So we're gonna give a backstory on this trial. A couple of teenagers had killed themselves because of various reasons, and I just speculated that it was due to pressures on social media, bullying. I don't know the exact story, but that's more or less what we have. So yeah, we're gonna go in and we're gonna learn together.
Yo, Christ, let's get it.
Very powerful tool. But we're here because every parent I know, and I think every parent in America, is terrified about the garbage that is directed at our kids. I have two teenagers at home, and the phones they have are portals to predators, to viciousness, to bullying, to self-harm. And each of your companies could do a lot more to prevent it. Mr. Zuckerberg, in June of 2023, the Wall Street Journal reported that Instagram's recommendation systems were actively connecting pedophiles to accounts that were advertising the sale of child sexual abuse material.
I heard something about this. Essentially what happens is when you are looking for that kind of content, what Instagram would do is they would give you options. Find other resources like help or some shit like that, or view this content, basically. That's all they do to kind of prevent that. They don't stop you from finding it. They'll say, find other resources, which is allegedly supposed to be like, find help because you're watching the sick cat. Or just view the video anyway. Hey, this is child board. You still want to be here? Cool.
And the teen videos of like dead children from this Palestine cat on people's statuses live. They just like, disturbing content, would you like to view? Yes.
Yeah, that's what it takes.
Really not a big
It's not a fucking like password protected thing.
It's definitely not a very effective. Do you know what it basically is, eh? It's, imagine a front lawn, eh? And just like on the little walkway, there's a gate there saying do not enter. The rest is wide open. You can just walk around the gate.
Yeah, do not enter, but you could just open the gate if you want to enter.
But no, it's just like,
basically,
it's very little security, I won't lie. And
yeah.
if I'm watching beheading videos, imagine if there's a 10-year-old kid on Instagram watching beheading videos.
And even worse, imagine a pedophile that's looking for this kind of shit. Do you know what I mean? This is not even maybe just like a child that's like, oh, this is here, let's watch it. It's more like this dude is trying to actively find some shit that he shouldn't be finding.
In many cases, those accounts appear to be run by underage children themselves, often using code words and emojis to advertise illicit material. In other cases, the accounts included indicia that the victim was being sex trafficked. Now, I know that Instagram has a team that works to prevent the abuse and exploitation of children online. But what was particularly concerning about the Wall Street Journal expose was the degree to which Instagram's own algorithm was promoting the discoverability of victims for pedophiles seeking child abuse material. In other words, this material wasn't just living on the dark corners of Instagram. Instagram was helping pedophiles find it by promoting graphic hashtags, including hashtag pedwhore and hashtag preteen sex, to potential buyers.
That's bonkers.
Hashtag pedo.
Hashtag pedo is absolutely
That's just like, imagine saying that in a sentence, yo, this morning I left the house and I'm gonna go get a pedo. It's a mad thing to be promoting.
And yo, we say mad shit all the fucking time, bro. And that's like a shock to our system. So you gotta know, bro. Pedo.
And my trip is, I've watched documentaries and I had a partner at a stage that was not an advocate for pedophiles, it was a female. She was just saying that some of these people can't help it. They can't help that they are attracted to children. And I understand, it's a sickness. I saw half of our argument, the other half is you batshit crazy bitch.
Yeah.
Like, just start telling about star signs and you're out the door. But
But I wouldn't say necessarily it's a sickness. You know that evil kind of porno categories that's out there, you know, bullshit, whatever, POV, whatever. They just happen to be attracted to the one that's illegal. So there's a whole bunch of them. The ones that are illegal, those are the ones they like. And it's it's fucked up thing to do, but like, yeah, it's still illegal. But I can't believe you're defending pedos.
I'm not defending pedos.
We're just making
I'm
a
just
case.
saying I have to make the case that I don't think these people can help it. I think no one woke up this morning and wanted to be a pedo.
100%.
I don't think you want to be a pedo. I think it's really like a sickness or something inside of you. And I don't even know how you help these people. No? But pan pedo material on the gram, we're doing something very wrong. This is pedo.
Yeah.
Non-pedo.
They just got pushed off the edge.
Exactly. You on the gram and you scroll and you see some shit. Now you're starting to move over.
but
Now
you're
you're going
leaning,
deeper.
you're leaning.
So now the gram can't give you your fill. Now you're going into some darker shit.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's
So
generally how it happens. That's how it
exactly
happens.
how
Even
it
with
happens.
pornography as well. You don't start off watching these categories. You start off just watching like softcore shit on ETV at night.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
blood.
And before you know it, you're watching gangbang videos.
You watching crazy gangbang videos.
Yeah.
There's 24 niggas, one girl, blood.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yo, but I have a question for you though. Let's say, for example, there's two different countries. And two niggas, they live in two different countries. One country, the age of consent is, for example, 15, and the other, it's 17. So the dude in the country where the age of consent is like 17 or like 15, let's say he dates a 15-year-old. And the dude in the other country, like he also dates a 15-year-old. Are they both pedos? Or is one not a pedo just because of the age of consent?
I think that's a brilliant question. Huh? And I have a perfect analogy for when I believe you become a pedo. So there's two criteria. My first criteria is, if you are dating a 15-year-old and you are a 17-year-old, no pedo. No pedo. Into the next bracket, when you hit your 20s now and you're dating a 15-year-old. Now you're at a mental stage of development that this girl is not.
Yeah.
No? The girl or boy is not. Once there's a gap in mental development, and you now have the ability as a cognitive person to, in slight ways, manipulate
You've got the
this
tools,
person.
you've got the tools.
Because you have that
Yeah.
mentality. Second, you can prey on someone. I think that's when you become a pedophile.
But this situation, they were both 30-year-old men.
Both of the old men, no, they're pedos.
So they're both pedos.
They're 15-year-olds.
Even though the age of consent in the country is 15 and he's dating the 15-year-old, do you think you still consider them both pedos?
Oh my god, that's crazy. So if the
So
age of
technically, look, let's say one guy lives in Indonesia, the other guy lives in Dubai or some shit, no? The age of consent in Indonesia is 15, in Dubai it's 70. So 30-year-old in Indonesia dates 30-year-old in Indonesia dates a 15-year-old, and the other guy also dates a 15-year-old. In one country it's legal, in the other country it's not. You know what I mean? Does that mean they both pedos? Or is one less pedo than the other based off of the law?
that's actually brilliant. Because if the next nigga dates a 14-year-old, how can the nigga that's dating a 15-year-old call the nigga that's dating a 14-year-old a pedo?
Yeah,
you see what
bro,
I mean?
you one year off,
literally right here.
That person just have to wait, basically.
Yeah. So I think for me, a pedo is anyone that is dating someone that is significantly intellectually at a lower phase of development in them. So like I'm in my 20s, and if I date an 18-year-old girl, that is legal, eh? But I'm bordering so close to that fucking pedo rocker. Bro.
Yeah, you're close, man.
Because
you're close. Just don't throw away.
That's my thing. I've spoken to 18-year-old girls and their mentality is so much different. They just want to please,
Yeah,
so they're willing to do any
definitely,
cuck. So I can manipulate.
You
them
sound like you
easier.
have a lot of experience. Yeah.
I do. And I'm telling you, I
Mind
do.
you.
As a younger nigga, I've dated, when I was younger, I dated younger girls. Now I can't have a conversation with an 18-year-old girl because it would drive me insane. It's like having a conversation with a cardboard box. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah, true.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Nothing, blood. So she can be our ling, but if there's nothing going on intellectually, it's not going to stimulate
And you,
me.
and at a later stage of your life, you probably have acquired more resources as a man, like that you could kind of manipulate that girl with. Because she's maybe in the start of her life, you know what I mean? Like, you
100%.
could maybe take her out in the Lambo or some shit like that. She don't got the time to get the Lambo. You got the Lambo, now you fucking with her mind. You know what I
That's
mean?
my trip. Now you're doing small cuck. And the cuck that you're doing for a girl that's maybe still studying in varsity, she ain't got no job and cuck like that, you're buying a gifts cuck like that. There's so many points of manipulation that you can go through, no? As an older person.
And it goes
with
vice
resources.
versa. It goes vice versa.
Exactly.
as well.
If it was a young guy and an older woman, it's the exact
But let's be
same
honest.
thing. That's my-
Now,
maybe that was the
let's
biggest.
be honest. A young guy, older woman. Nah.
Come on, my nigga. Come on, my nigga.
Shout out.
It's
It's
wrong.
wrong. But
It's
shout
wrong.
out. It's
Shout
wrong.
out.
Shout out.
Shout out, bro. You
Let's
got-
go. Let's do this.
Change us.
Instagram also displayed the following warning screen. to individuals who were searching for child abuse material. These results may contain images of child sexual abuse. And then you gave users two choices: get resources or see results anyway. Mr. Zuckerberg, what the hell were you thinking?
All right, Senator. The basic science behind that is that when people are searching for something that is problematic, it's often helpful to, rather than just blocking it, to help direct them towards something that that could be helpful for getting them to get help.
In what, I understand get resources. In what sane universe is there a link for see results anyway?
Well, because we might be wrong. We try to trigger this warning, or we tried to, when we think that there's any chance that the results.
Okay, you might be
harmful.
wrong. Let me ask you, how many times was...
It's flustered.
Oh, he's under pressure. Because there's no arguing that. The second you have now flagged child pornography, that's the heading we just read. The second you had the option for view results anyway. It's almost like when you go on the blood. Are you 18 yet?
Yep,
getting through the shit blood.
10-year-old little boy. Let's
He's
see what's
straight
going on
through.
over here.
That's the security. Confirm you are 18. How are we confirming you are 18?
You selected, show all the buses.
The buses, you're doing a capture.
Yo, bro.
That's what I'm saying. The security measures are useless.
I've seen a couple of situations where he's talking to senators and shit like that. He gives these answers that are like very, not even, I won't say robotic, but like he's drawing it from like a textbook basically. He's just going textbook. He's not approaching it from like the human aspect, like, yo, this is wrong. And he's trying to like justify that by saying, yeah, these facts and these, it's like the stats thing. Facts, stats, science, blah, blah, blah. That's why it's okay. But at the end of the day, it's not really about that, bro. You know what I mean?
The line in the sand is child porn. There should be no view results anyway. Even if you got it wrong. Do you remember when cuties came out? It caused a lot of controversy because kids like in cheerleading outfits,
they're basically sexualizing these kids.
Yes.
And whatever.
So if that is the content that ended up in the child porn category, unfortunately, cuties has their asses blocked.
Yeah, they have it
Choose a different niche, my nigga.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be making cron of your 8-year-old daughter in a cheerleading outfit. Shit like that. Unfortunately, don't promote it. If you go find it, well done. You have found it.
You deserve it.
But let us not be promoting it. Let us not be in an algorithm. Certain shit should not be in an algorithm. If you search 10 kids in the last fucking 24 hours, your account is getting deactivated. What the fuck's going on?
And you know, like you just said like a couple of minutes ago, like, you know, when niggas are just, they're kind of on the edge and then something just pushes them over. Like that, yes, cuties may seem like harmless. You know what I mean? Like if you view it in a certain way, but it could be that thing that kind of pulls the guy over to the other side. Like maybe he's cute, he's like, okay, let's see what's on the dark web about this shit. Let's see some more shit. Next thing you know, niggas is missing like fucking 12-year-old little girls. So it's like a gateway basically. Certain things are a gateway, and whether you like it or not, like hookah pipe. Like hookah pipe is innocent, but it's a gateway. It introduces you to something. Like smoke coming out of your mouth. Next thing you smoking weed, you smoking crack.
That's the thing. That's the chain. And weed is the perfect example. Weed is a gateway.
That's a gateway.
Out of 10 people, 5 is gonna stop at hookah. 3 is gonna stop at weed. 1 is gonna stop at crack, and then the last one is gonna do fucking what's the new thing now?
Flakka.
Fentanyl, flakka. In statistics, that's how things are spread out.
And without the hookah, none of those people go.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like without that door being open, they don't really get used to that other side of things.
Because the people that I know that don't smoke and don't drink just haven't done any of it.
Yeah, they haven't done any of it.
And
the door is
therefore
closed.
they don't do it. The door is
The door is
closed.
closed.
There's no any form of child pornography on the internet. You can't get drawn into it.
And he's basically rolling the dice with child porn. Well, that's like with this little thing here. Like he's rolling the dice that like, okay, maybe this guy won't be some crazy dude. And that's a dangerous gamble to take.
And the trip is not. All of this is supply and demand, bro.
Yeah.
If there's no demand for child porn, there won't be child porn. If there's no demand for BBC porn, there won't be BBC porn. We're going to be
100%.
using Asian dicks.
Yeah,
Do you see what I mean? The demand is there, therefore there's a market for it.
yeah.
And the market will only grow the higher the demand is. And Instagram feeding into it is tight.
And Instagram
bruv.
is the marketing tool of the 21st century.
It is.
So whatever you see on Instagram, it kind of opens your mind to a whole other kind
now
of.
you go into a link, you see her OnlyFans, you see, oh, subscribe to my Patreon, you go into the Patreon, oh no, I have a fucking Reddit
That's how the
feed.
shit works, bro.
That's what I'm saying, you go deep, and how you searching this nigga's name on Google alone.
Yeah.
That's life, you know, but let's keep going.
This warning screen displayed?
I don't know, but the
Hey, you don't know. Why don't you know?
I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head. But
Well, you know what, Mr. Zuckerberg? It's interesting you say you don't know it off the top of your head, because I asked it in June of 2023 in an oversight letter, and your company refused to answer. Will you commit right now to within 5 days answering this question for this committee?
we'll follow up on that.
Is that a yes? Not a will follow up. I know how lawyers write statements saying we're not going to answer. Will you tell us how many times this warning screen was displayed? Yes or no?
Senator, I'll personally look into it. I'm not sure if we have.
Okay, so you're refusing to answer that. Let me ask you this. How many times did an Instagram user who got this warning that you're seeing images of child sexual abuse, how many times did that user click on see results anyway? I want to see that.
Senator, I'm not sure if we stored that.
Oh, that's big, huh? That's
How
big,
don't you
bro.
have data on
Yeah,
that?
of course they have data. Bro, that's just Instagram and Facebook. They have data on everything. They have data on everything. There's no way they don't have data.
Social media is data.
It is data, bro. It's data. 100%. There's no way.
crazy.
They got him there. They got him.
There's
And he's
metrics for
prospered.
everything.
Yeah.
They have metrics because how else is the algorithm going to know something is working or not?
Yeah.
If there's no data on it, bro.
And that
It's-
thing is, yo, that algorithm is smarter than our fucking brains, bro. That algorithm has the hardware and the software that we just don't have.
It's writing
Again, you can't beat that. Like, imagine being a 14-year-old child. You can't beat that algorithm. We can't beat it. 50-year-old man that wants the child born, he can't really beat it either. That shit, it will get you to go places you don't want to go necessarily.
But I'll personally look into this and we'll follow up after.
And what follow-up did Instagram do when you have a potential pedophile clicking on, I'd like to see child porn? What did you do next when that happened?
Senator, I think that an important piece of context here is that any context that we think is child sexual
Mr. Zuckerberg,
abuse,
that's called a question. What did you do next when someone clicked, you may be getting child sexual abuse images, and they click, see results anyway? What was your next step? You said you might be wrong. Did anyone examine, was it in fact child sexual abuse material? Did anyone report that user? Did anyone go and try to protect that child? What did you do next?
Senator, we take down anything that we think is sexual abuse material on the service, and we do.
Did anyone
report to-
verify whether it was in fact child sexual abuse material?
Senator, I don't know if every single search result we're following up on, but
Did
but
you
across
report the
board-
people who wanted it?
Senator, do you want me to answer your
Yeah,
question?
I want you to answer the question I'm asking. Did you report
time to
the
speak, then?
people who click see results anyway?
That's probably one of the factors that we use in reporting. And in general, I mean, we've reported more people and done more reports like this to NCMEC, the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, than any other company in the industry. We proactively go out of our way across our services to do this and have made, I think it's more than 26 million reports, which is more.
I wanted to ask a question.
Yeah.
So what do you think about, so child pornography is out, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like somewhere. They're just disabled. What about parents that are posting their children, they're 3-year-olds, they're 4-year-olds, in a non-sexual way, but now there are pedophiles out there that are now seeing the sort of like, is there any way that Instagram will be able to regulate that? That point, sorry, that you made earlier about if somebody's searching a child, 10 different children in a couple of, like, in the space of whatever hours, that should be flagged already.
That's what I'm saying, nah? And I think the only way that Instagram or any of these social networks were able to stop it, nah, is if there's a hard line. There's a picture of a child dancing or something like that, and this child is under the ages of 10. It's going off.
Yeah.
Know this now.
And there's a big warning about that actually, that about these parents that are fucking, they call them parent influencers that are basically exporting their children to like the internet.
As Instagram, they're gonna have to take a hard stance. If your child is under the age of 10 and we review it and your child looks young, your content will be removed. Like with cuties, that was the concept. These were like cheerleading girls and stuff like that. And these pedophiles were watching cuties, rubbing the biggest one fucking out.
Yeah.
Do you see? So a lot of the time,
buckets of
parents
semen.
and there's like two markets now of child pornography. If you look at our two populations now, we would have to say there's the softcore population. So that's like the little kids in the cheerleading outfits now. Then there's the hardcore where this is actually children that have been
The point where it becomes
and
illegal.
there's a penis going to a young child. That's the two graphics now. So your softcore community is going to be harder to stamp out, but the softcore is the entry into the hardcore.
Yeah.
You see, so you need to cut out the hardcore completely as much as possible on mainstream, nah? And then after that you need to regulate softcore.
This is the problem that's gonna arise from the social media era, bro. You know what I mean? Like, fucking the fact that these kids have access to this powerful tool. Yes, it's a powerful tool for the greater good, but it's also a powerful tool in terms of like these kids are exposed to like not only pornography, it's like so much other things that's like influencing them, bro. You know what I mean?
But did you see that there's like this video of these little kids in a creche with like a mic, you know those little karaoke mics? And they singing, I think it's a Megan Thee Stallion song, Shake That Ass, but then
It's a Drake song.
Is it a
I
Drake
fucking
song?
love that song. I know
It's
it.
that song. And this is like a
Yo, shout out
5-year-old in front of the mic and she is twerking that
Yeah,
thing.
she's not get back.
So they came across a video of somebody that posted their kid. You know that Tyler song, It's Water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were dancing on that. Their kid is probably
And she
around
was making the
5.
pedophiles water.
And she was probably she was in a like swimming costume in the water, and she was twerking, and it made me feel uncomfortable as a female just like seeing this happen. And I'm like, there are so many men out there, or people, I wouldn't say men, rather, there's people, pedophilic people out there that's seeing this, and they are probably so infatuated
They are jovial right now.
around this, and I almost wanted to message this person. I'm like, yo, take this offline. It's not cool. It's not cool.
And they're doing it before these kids are at the age where they can actually consciously say they don't want to do this, they do want to do this. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to be there forever. So when that 12-year-old kid turns 25, whether she likes it or not, that's going to be there. So she might fucking become a person that completely hates social media.
Yeah.
And that's there now. Or she might like it and go down the other path. But they haven't given the kid the choice yet when the kid was ready to make that choice. To put that kind of shit out there, bro.
The onus is on the parents. So there can be a parent that's saying it's completely innocent, eh? And this is just a video of their child dancing. But you need to be responsible.
Yeah.
As a parent, you need to think, hey, maybe me posting a video of my young child dancing in a bather in a pool is not appropriate.
Yeah.
And then it's those same parents that are now advocating against TikTok and against Instagram, saying, oh no, they need to do something. As a parent, stop jerking the responsibility, stop passing the buck.
Think about it, like when, do you remember when Mixer came out? I don't know how
Yeah.
your mom handled it, but like my mom didn't fuck want me to be on Mixer, bro. Like I had to be on the low. I think I was Mixer on the low, bro.
I was on Mix It on the Low for years.
And they never allowed that. And like, that's how crazy it is.
But I always say things done on the dark, in the dark, nah, is always safer than things done in the light. For instance, teenage drinking, nah, I drank as an underage human being. I did 100%.
Yeah.
But because the fear of my mother not knowing made me be very smart about it. I was very, very smart about the way a teenage drank. I made sure never to come home drunk. I was focused, nah? But I saw in other households where teenage drinking was encouraged.
Yeah.
I saw how shit went there, bro.
Yeah.
I saw when things were done in the light,
They become a norm.
They become a norm.
These acts become a norm, and that in turn affects you for the rest of your life.
Ted Cruz did something right when interrogating these CEOs. Let's now watch when
Mr. Cotton.
Mr.
This is
Cotton.
the TikTok CEO
Yes.
girling kind of deal as well.
So let's watch that shit.
You said today, as you often say, that you live in Singapore. Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
No, Senator.
Have you ever applied for Chinese citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation
I'm
in
asking-
Singapore. No, I did not.
Do you have a Singaporean passport?
Yes, and I served my military for two
Do
and a
you
half
ha-
years in Singapore.
Do you have any other passports from any other nations?
No, Senator.
Your wife is an American citizen, your children are American citizens.
That's
Have you-
correct.
Have you ever applied for American citizenship?
No, not yet.
Okay. Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Senator, I'm Singaporean.
Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party? Are you
You know what?
Chinese?
He was trying to do it the other day. Like he was trying to back him into a corner. He just wasn't working. He was like, "Fuck, I'm just gonna go out and throw my shit out there." Have you been a member of the Nazi party?
This nigga literally has served in the Singaporean army for 2.5 years. He has a Singaporean passport. He was born and bred there. He's a member of the nation because in order to serve in the country's military, you must be from said country.
Yeah.
My man is like, no, that's not enough.
It's not
That's
enough.
not enough.
Tell me what
you are hiding something. You are hiding something. You are dead. Do you have dual citizenship? No, sir.
Do you have 5 passports with you right now?
You have 5 passports. Let me see your passports. Take your passports out right now.
And I saw he was I thought he was gonna take it out there for the stage.
You're part of the Chinese National Party. It's in the name.
Yeah.
To be part of the Chinese National Party, you must be national China.
Hell, and they don't just let anybody get that
I
shit.
wanna tell
bro.
you,
They
China-
don't let anybody, yo.
China
bro.
not letting that. This is
Yo,
not
like,
America.
we can live in China for 20 years without we ain't getting that
We
citizenship.
are not
I'm telling you now.
anything from China.
100%.
Straight.
But you
Oh
know
my
what?
God.
You know what? I think, look, I understand the premise of the whole trial, but I think what he's trying to do, he's trying to get into another kind of like level where it's like, because you know when they say TikTok is kind of like spyware for the Chinese government and shit like that. He's trying to veer off of that and trying to find some other shit out. Like, yo, are you a Chinese man?
And I understand that's true, no? Because the algorithm in China is completely different to the
Yeah,
algorithm
that's
for
true
the
as
rest
well,
of us. Like
yeah.
in China, TikTok is about like information technology and stuff like that. They show you mechanical.
They show you what they
engineering.
want you to do, basically.
Yes, and in America, it's just shake your ass for Drake.
Yeah, bro.
Shake your ass for Drake.
And the China are very good at controlling the information, like channels. You know, that goes
100%.
in and out
They
the
will
country.
shut down the
They
internet.
will not allow you
today.
to shake your ass with Drake.
They're
in
not
their
at
country.
all.
Not
You
at
will
all.
not shake your ass with Drake or any other major recording
And I
artist.
kind of admire that.
I admire
I
it.
do. I do.
Look-
That's an odd line you were talking about. That's
So,
it.
so the question is, if China can do it, why can't Instagram or all these other social media platforms that's owned by this specific person do the same thing?
Because that's like
No,
Western, it's a Western
they
thing,
can
you know?
100% do it. They don't want to because it's affecting their bottom line.
Yeah.
That's it.
China just have really strict policies on these kind of things, you know.
Yeah.
They don't fuck that out.
They don't
You know what
fuck
I mean?
that out.
You're gonna be taking the piss here in our country. There's a lot of respect that goes around there. There's honor. You know what I
You
mean?
can't shit blood in
You can't
China.
shit.
It's
You're
done,
getting
blood.
your fucking teeth pulled out by fucking
It's
Wang
done.
Zing, bro.
So the freedom of speech, with great power comes great responsibility.
Nah, that's true. That is very true.
Look at the stupidity we spew
Yeah.
on our channel.
We
all
take
the
full
time.
advantage of freedom of speech.
100%.
Yeah. Then you'll get men like, what's that, Dr. Matthew guy?
Yeah.
He used his freedom of speech to give people fake medical advice.
No,
you
he's
know
a
what I mean?
dickhead.
So that's like, there's that line where it could either be a good thing or a bad thing. And you know what? When it's a bad thing, it's a really bad thing. You know?
And it can get a bad thing quick.
Yeah, bro.
Quick.
Yo, this bro's out here giving you fucking penal advice card. You out here fucking chopping your dick off or some shit.
Have you noticed how little good channels blow up compared to how many bad channels blow up?
Yeah, bro.
Negative grows way
It's
quicker than
the
positive.
degeneracy that really sells these days. It's so fucking
Jesus,
crazy.
but-
The dawn of the social media age, none of us realized it at the time. Like those who grew up without it and then we saw it kind of coming, we didn't realize what it could actually be. And I think still today people don't know, like, or don't like really realize what the power of this shit could do, bro. This shit is probably the biggest thing to pop off in the last 20 something years. You know what I mean? And like we are giving this ridiculously powerful tool to kids that can't really handle it, to pedophiles that use it for evil. Do you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't give a gun to a fucking 12-year-old or a gun to a murderer. You know what I mean? So why would you give this tool that is capable of so much to people that will use it wrongly? You know what I mean? I think it's difficult to even say how you would deal with that kind of thing because it's so powerful and it's so widespread. It's like almost a losing battle, I think.
Yeah, let's say for instance, like I said, stronger regulation is the point, huh? Then another app like YouTube started regulating. What happened? Rumble formed.
Yeah.
Someone will take advantage of that gap in the market, huh? And then they'll try to pull a market share by blowing all the lines. And then the second they have a market share, they'll now start to slowly step into line as well. Like Bolt, when Bolt started, Bolt was dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Because Bolt was trying to buy a
God,
market
people
share.
started getting robbed.
People started getting robbed, and then once Bolt had a big enough client base, Bolt is now more expensive than Uber.
Yeah.
Is it? Yes. Bolt is more expensive than Uber most of the
Bro,
time.
some of those Bolt cars look like they fucking are what in fucking
That's what I'm telling you.
God,
But
bro.
that's
of the fall of social media? Do you think that's the answer? Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's something that can be done?
No,
You don't believe in the fall of the social media?
it's not possible.
You think it's not possible?
It's not possible.
I think that could probably cure the problem, but I think for that to happen, that's so insane. That's so insane, bro.
You can't kill social media.
You can't kill it.
Social media will only get bigger. It will get stronger.
And it'll get worse.
It will get
It's
worse.
gonna get worse. You know, I mean, this is not the first and last problem of this kind of ilk.
To the thing now, we've got AI coming in.
Yo, bro, your phone is busy telling you what to do, blood.
Nah,
Your
it's
phone is
mad.
busy talking dirty to you.
Yeah, but guys, I know we went everywhere
Yeah,
on
we
this
did.
video.
But it was just a hot topic, and you know, it's very interesting.
It was very
interesting to talk to
interesting.
you guys.
It was a great conversation. I hope you guys can try to see the points we were making. Don't be virgins in the comment section. Don't be like extra blood. Join
Actually,
the
just
conversation.
be excellent. Say what you want.
Don't be angry.
Freedom
Try
of
to
speech,
hear what
boss.
we were saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
Freedom of speech. man.
Freedom of speech.
See, if you want to cut us out, if you think we're absolute dumb peas, then go ahead. Let us know.
Let us know.
We'll give you love anyways. We appreciate your
Right.
support.
Like and subscribe. It's been lit.
Cheers.